him, and when I left him, he took my son away from me.
Kids caught in the middle of battling parents.
I don't want my mom to get mad at me because I can't do
listen to me. Listen. As soon as they get into their house, they hear a bunch of gunshots, and they all duck down. They hit the ground, and then after they got up, they thought everything was okay. They realized that their mother had been shot.
A family is targeted in a drive-by shooting.
Get in the car. Get in.
Father and son crooks bent on revenge against California officers.
Brought your hands up. Hey, son is being concerned.
These are the real stories of the Highway Patrol.
Steps in to handle a domestic disturbance call, but what he finds is a family in desperate need of help and innocent children caught in the middle.
We're being brought to a family disturbance or possible fight here. We'll see what's going on.
He has her over there. I have custody of her. I let her go to the store. We're going to move to this side, and he took her without permission.
She said that we could go pick her up, and she right there at the corner of Augustin, right there for that blue store there. And she said that she let her come.
Let's go, Yesenia.
And so,
Okay. Hey, well. Okay, hold on a second here.
And so.
Okay, ma'am, come here. Stand by with me for a minute, okay? Let's let this officer.
She's scared.
Okay, I understand that. Let us work it out now, okay?
He took my son away from me the same way, and I don't want to take my daughter.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, let us work it out, okay? We can't. We're here now. Let us handle it. All right?
He's always beating me up. That's why I left him, and when I left him, he took my son away from me.
How long ago did you leave him?
A year and a half.
A year and a half ago.
The problem that you have here, sir, is neither one of you have been to court, and a judge establishes who has custody of the child.
I don't meet with my wife. I only want him to come in and talk to me like. Hey,
she did come like this. And she said, here, get out. Come on, she started dragging on like that.
Let me talk to her. You don't have custody orders for the child, right?
Not for my son. He took him away from me. He kept me away from him.
Okay, wait a second. Do you have custody orders for your daughter?
Yes.
Where?
At home.
Okay. What has happened here is that your daughter called her father up to come get her. She went outside. She waited. Her dad came to get her and brought her over here. All right? That's not kidnapping, man.
We're here, okay? And we'll try to work this thing out. All right?
When I said now, leave it alone, tell you like that.
I don't want my mom to get mad at me.
Honey, listen to me. Listen to me. She shouldn't get mad at you because you came to visit your dad. Okay? Okay, well, no, she's a little upset, but she's not upset at you. It's not you. Listen, when you're put in the middle of this. This is between the adults, okay? It's hard on you.
I don't know what to go with. I love my mom and I love my dad.
I know you do, and that's obvious. Okay? But you did the right thing, okay? Now we're here to help you, all right?
She says that she has a custody order granting custody of the daughter to her.
I don't think so. Okay,
well,
I don't think so.
I don't know that, but without seeing the order, she doesn't have the order on her. Is there any objection to her your daughter going with mom?
Well, I never met with her. I thought that you can come in and like friends and
okay,
change.
If you don't think that the mom is taking care of daughter, okay, then you can call us. If there's any criminal acts being committed by mom, we'll investigate that. However, if it's just an emotional type thing, then you can go back to court, okay, and get custody of her that way. You understand? Okay. But for now, mom says that she has custody of the child. Okay. Child probably needs to go with mom. Mom's upset. That'll square things up for now. Okay? Do you have any questions?
No,
is that all right with you?
Yes, all right. Okay. Only I thought
Is there going to be problems with you going back with mom?
I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't know? Has mom been beating you or anything like that? Okay. Has she abused you in any way?
No.
Does she feed you, clothe you?
Yeah.
You look pretty healthy and clean.
Yes, she feeds me.
Okay. But you're just telling me that she leaves you alone? When she leaves you alone, is there any...
She don't leave me alone.
Oh, she doesn't?
Not no more. She used to.
Oh, okay. She used to. Okay. Well, like I was telling your dad, you know, if you want, if you don't.
Still come and visit my dad?
Sure, but what your dad needs to do is you need to arrange some visitation with her. Call her up on the phone and say, hey, I'd like to have my daughter for a while.
No one, you know.
Huh?
She don't want to come.
Okay, well that's why he needs to. If he can go to court and get a visitation order where he gets court-ordered visitation. Okay, and that's something he needs to do. Okay, you understand? Okay. You want to go with Mom?
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye, Mama.
Thanks, sir.
I'm sorry I have to leave.
It's okay, mijo, it's okay.
Okay, good. Have a problem with Mom, you can always call us. Okay, you always down 911? All right. All right. Just for a
What if
future.
you would keep you away from me?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, listen, ma'am. Maybe there's some way that you can come to an agreement with your husband or ex-husband.
All the time I try to talk to him, he tries to beat me up.
Okay. Well, you can talk to him over the phone, where you can come to some agreement where you can exchange children, or one of you, where you could have them at different times.
He told me one time that my daughter could come, but he will never let my son come to my house.
Well, that's something that maybe you ought to go back to court and get some visitation ironed out, where you have visitation of both your children at the same time, both of you, okay? Because no matter what happens for the rest of your children's life, you'll always be Mom and he'll always be Dad, and if you two can get along, that'd be much better for the children. Okay? Well, everything's okay then now, okay? All right.
Thank you.
Custody situation between a mother and a father who've been divorced, and kids got kind of caught in the middle. And it's really foolish. And it's just the same thing. Holiday season roll around, tempers flare, kids get put in the middle, and it's a good example, again, of what can happen.
No charges were filed in this incident. The father has since worked out a visitation schedule with the mother. Details of this custody case cannot be revealed publicly. They were married for 11 years.
As soon as they get into their house, they hear a bunch of gunshots, and they all duck down, they hit the ground, and then after they got up, they thought everything was okay, they realized that their mother had been shot.
Next, a family victimized in a drive-by shooting.
Apparently, somebody was shot inside of a residence. You guys okay?
Yeah.
They parked the car, came down the street, fired into the house, ran, and took off.
We knew that went in the house, but there was, we heard it from our station.
Oh, really?
We heard it about, I'd say probably over a dozen.
Really? Suspect still out?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it came through and hit the lady.
Oh, so this is a drive-by then?
It must be, yeah, because it hit the lady, so she was inside the house.
I was talking to the daughter of the lady that was shot. She told me that they were a couple of miles away from here. They were taking one of their friends home, and as they pulled into the neighborhood there were some gang members on the street. The gang members started yelling at them, "Hey, get out of here, this isn't your neighborhood. This is our neighborhood, go back to where you're from." And so they dropped their friend off, and they tried to get out of there as fast as they could, and the gang members jumped into a car, start following them over here, and they come down their street. They're thinking that the gang members are going to leave them alone as they pull into their house. So they get out of their car, they run up the driveway, they run into their house. As soon as they get into their house, they hear a bunch of gunshots, and they all duck down, they hit the ground, and then after they got up, they thought everything was okay, they realized that their mother had been shot.
Okay. Are you dizzy at all? Okay. Feel dizzy? Help you out. Okay.
We'll walk. Walk with us.
Where's my kid?
I'll take care of it. When you're safe.
Okay, which room is it?
It's over there.
This one here? Okay, who was sleeping? Oh, okay.
Me and my brother.
You can see you and your brother were sleeping in here, and here's the where the bullets went through. That's came really close to taking out a couple kids here. This goes on a lot out here in this area.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, and there's one down here. 4. There's 5. There's 5 right there. Oh, yeah. 5. This one would have gone through, it would have hit the little boy. You guys find anything?
Right here down that way, head off the street.
No casings or?
No, but
Clear. You think from the angle they'd have shot from over here? Just another example of gang warfare almost killing people.
The woman suffered a gunshot wound to her arm and shoulder. She was released from a local hospital 3 days later. According to troopers, the suspects, 4 male Hispanics, are still at large and are believed to be gang members. The family is not involved in any gang activity.
Just got a call. One of the other officers over there made a traffic stop on a car, and it's comes back that it's a stolen vehicle. He's got 2 occupants, so we're going to go back him up and see what's going on. Purdue 442 is 97 now.
Purdue 74.
He's already got him in custody.
She said she borrowed the car from a guy from Master Mechanics, and but she borrowed it this morning to go get some donuts. And then she found her friend here, decided that, and she lost track of time, and like didn't want to get a car back. So.
I wanted to give it back. That's what I was upset about the whole point.
Purdue 442.
I knew I didn't have the car the way I was supposed to.
153 copy, you're clear.
Do something and get it over and done with it. And every time I try.
She's a passenger, stuck her for no belt.
Purdue 442, could you find out when this was reported stolen? Where's the donuts?
No, I didn't forget. I ran into my friend.
What's up, boss?
See my kids. I didn't know, I wanted to take advantage of the situation because I got as far out this way as I did because she wanted to ride out to see
What's the owner's name again?
I don't know his last name. His name's, well, it's not his car. This is his wife's car.
What's his wife's name?
That's what he told me.
What's his wife's name?
I don't know. I barely met him this morning.
Oh, you just met him this morning and let you borrow his car?
He showed up at my friend Douglas'
Hang on, friend. Let me
house.
get this straight. You just met him this morning, and you let you borrow his car to go get donuts.
Can I start my friend?
Sure, by all means.
A friend of mine, Douglas, lives off in between Lincoln and Washington and Victoria. Yeah, well, sort of. Right off Victoria. Anyway, him and his brother live in his mom and dad's house, and they stay at some lake, a fishing lake right around here. I'm not sure the name of it. So they live in the house by themselves, and he asked me to stay. My boyfriend's going in. He's going to some time, and so it's like that's another thing that's stressing out. And you're not going to feel any sympathy for that, So
Let's cut
I
to
don't
the
know
chase. Okay, what has that got to do with the car? That's what I need to know.
As far as his friend works with him for Master Mechanics, the one that owns the car. I'm not sure.
Don't know where Roy lives. It's Roy's wife's car, but you don't know who she is.
Roy dropped the car. He didn't come to drop the
I
car
got
off
one more question for you right now.
All right.
When they dropped the car off this morning, where were you at when they dropped the car? Where were you?
I was at
Give me an address.
Rainbow Street, off of McKinley, I think.
Do you have a house number or apartment number in there? You don't even know where you were at.
I do know where I was at. I could take you right. We could drive there right now. But I didn't steal it. I mean, I was trying to explain to you. Wasn't I being honest? Was I not being honest with you? From the gate, did I not?
Listen what I'm saying. The owner of the car has reported this car as being stolen. It just so happens that you have it, okay? So unfortunately, we have to go with what we have here. This is a stolen car and you're driving it. Therefore, I'm placing you under arrest for auto theft. Okay? I can't find any evidence of donuts in the car. Now, and cops usually find donuts, but still. I couldn't find any evidence of donuts in the car. And I think she's lost her sense of her track of time. Because she started off this morning and here it is, 4 in the afternoon. No signs of donuts. Their friend doesn't even know what her last name is. She doesn't know what the guy's name is that she borrowed the car from or where he lives. Well, unfortunately, I guess it's my job to remove her from her G-ride then, so.
The driver was charged with auto theft, possession of stolen property, and driving without a license. If convicted, she faces up to 11 years in jail with fines of up to $21,000. She had prior felony arrest warrants for burglary and auto theft. The passenger was not charged and had no prior record. Next, an officer takes on a violent father and son.
California Highway Patrol Officer Richard Maxwell tragically discovered this is not always the case when he found himself outnumbered and outgunned by a father and son team armed and determined to avoid arrest.
You just take a nice long breath and blow into this thing until I tell you to stop.
I'm not taking your damn test.
17-year-old Jason Anton has been arrested before for possession of a loaded weapon and trespassing. Tonight, he's been arrested for DUI.
Your boy? What's your boy's name?
You know who my boy is. Where's he at?
Well, tell me his last name. Maybe I can help you, sir.
Jason!
Jason! What?
Dad! I'm back here! Dad!
Relax. Hey,
I want my boy out. I know he's here. Not now. Not now. I want my boy!
Not now, Donnie. Stop it. Calm down. Not going to help anything the way you're acting right now. Back off.
There'll come a time, fellas. There'll come a day.
You're going to get more trouble than you're in now.
This ain't over yet. I'm getting it. There, go.
Jason's father, who has prior arrests for extortion, battery, possession of stolen property, and resisting arrest, is breaking into a police impound yard to get his son's car back.
Go. Get out of here, go. Right before anybody sees us. Go.
A watchman sees the car theft and calls police. California Highway Patrol Officer Richard Maxwell learns of the theft during a briefing and spots the stolen car.
Dad, what are we gonna do? I'm sick of these pigs. They better stop pushing or I'm gonna start pushing back.
Bakersfield 51, pursuit of a El Camino plate of 1 Victor 55357, the Norris Road and Fruit Van. Will you roll me back up?
Sir, come out of the garage, your hands up! Get out of here, you pig! Son, this can be concerned.
While trying to gain control of the situation, Maxwell is sprayed with his own mace. Officer Maxwell is critically wounded and blinded by the gunshot as he tries to return fire.
Bakersfield, get us an ambulance now!
Donald Anton was convicted of first-degree murder and got life in prison without parole. His son was caught 3 blocks away. He was convicted of second-degree murder and given 9 years in the Youth Authority. Officer Richard Maxwell died at the scene. When we return, an officer and friend remembered.